Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope y'all having a blessed and wonderful day. Hope the day is going well for you. I'm gonna get into the topic for the second video. Let's jump right into it. So, as we've seen, especially those of us who follow sports, Morant has been indefinitely benched from the Memphis Grizzlies. That was up this morning. Before it was just 2 games, but now it's been upgraded to indefinite. I have a problem. Well, I'm gonna get into that here in a second. The reason for his benching was because after the Grizzlies game in Denver, I believe it was on Friday. Was it Friday? Saturday. Friday night into Saturday morning because they played the Nuggets out in Denver. They lost the game. Well, no big surprise. Especially against the Nuggets in Denver. They lost the game, and so Morant was Morant, the star player, point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies, who we all know who he is. He went to a club in Glendale, Colorado. I'm familiar with Denver. Glendale's a suburb of Denver. He was at a club there. So on his Instagram live, he was brandishing a gun. Brandishing a gun. The blicky, the toast, whatever you want to call it, the steel. He was brandishing it um, on his IG live. So on Saturday, the NBA, I mean, stuff happens these days. You could do something 1 second, and 30 seconds later, it's known around, it's viral. It takes that an instant, a snap of a finger. Gone are the days when you do something one night and then people don't find out about it until days later. Now they find out about it seconds later. Seconds. That's why you got to be careful on social media. You have to be careful, especially if you're famous. In any event, he was brandishing the steel on his IG live. It went viral. Um, the Memphis Grizzlies immediately, well, Morant said that he was going to take 2 games, and the team agreed. I'm going to get into why I think this is a problem. Um, it was talked about on NBA Countdown before the Sixers Bucks game on Saturday night. And it's disturbing because, yes, we should, he's a young black male, you know, um, 23 years old. He's a young father. You a father. You a father, man. You have a young daughter. You're supposed to be the leader of a team. The NBA wants to make you the face of the league. You got to move smarter than that, brother. But here's my issue. So Jalen Rose from my hometown, Southwest Detroit. I'm from Northwest Detroit. He's from Southwest Detroit. Great basketball legend from Detroit high school legend, Michigan basketball legend. Had an excellent NBA career. Wasn't a star player, but had a decent NBA career. He's now an analyst on ESPN on the NBA shows. He and Stephen A. Smith, instead of them, well, especially Stephen A. Smith, he didn't go on any rants. He didn't raise his voice. However, you know how Stephen A. Smith does. No criticism from him or Jalen Rose, Michael Wilbon, or anyone on that panel. Yes, they said what Morant did was wrong. They didn't agree with it, but they showed him so much empathy and sympathy, and they said he will bounce back for it. He will bounce back from this. Nike, they're still backing and supporting Morant. They're not terminating their contract with him. He won't lose his endorsement with Nike. You don't hear Charles Barkley calling him out his name or Shaq. I'm gonna get into why I think this is a problem. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. This we have this robotic vacuum cleaner, so it's finished its duty. So when it's cleaning like that, it makes that loud noise. So please bear with me, forgive me for that. I'm sorry. Just bear with me. Okay, good. Stop. In any event, no name calling from Charles Barkley from Shaq. They didn't call him stupid or idiot, nothing like that. You haven't heard anything from Charles Barkley as of yet or Shaq. No criticisms from Jalen Rose, no Stephen A. Smith rants, nothing like that. Nike is not, terminating a contract, their endorsement with Morant, nothing like that. The Memphis Grizzlies are allowing Morant kind of to dish out his own punishment. That's what it looks like. The owner is not going after Morant, and I'm gonna tell you why I have a huge issue with this, why this is such hypocrisy and such bullshit. Excuse me for saying that. Please forgive me. I try my best not to cuss on here, but this has got me hot. I'm not so much mad about John Morant brandishing, a gun on IG. It's dumb. It's stupid. He's young. I get it. Okay. In Colorado, it's an open carry state. You have a right to carry. However, you can't carry a gun while you're under the influence. And the NBA doesn't permit players to carry weapons, especially while you're traveling. They don't allow it at all. They do not allow it. I'm not mad about that. What I'm mad at is about the hypocrisy. Do y'all remember back in November, about almost 4 months ago now, because we're in March, another young black superstar, older than John Morant, Kyrie Irving. Do y'all remember when he tweeted out the link to that movie Black Hebrews? Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember when he tweeted out that the link to that movie on Twitter? Y'all remember the backlash he received? Do y'all remember even before that, back in 2021 or last year and a half ago, he was called everything. He was called an idiot. He was called stupid by Charles Barkley and Shaq and Kareem, the great legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar chimed in. They called Kyrie out his name. They went for his jugular. Do y'all remember that? Because he wouldn't get the vaccine, which was his right, which was his right. Do y'all remember that? Kareem, Shaq, Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, Jalen Rose. Even though he didn't call him out his name, he still criticized him. Do y'all remember that? Oh, Kendrick Perkins. Do y'all remember that? I do, because he did not want to get vaccinated. Do y'all remember when he tweeted that link out to that movie? Do y'all remember that? He was suspended 8 games by the NBA. Do y'all remember that? I do. No sympathy, no empathy. He was his public enemy number one. And for what? He did nothing illegal. He did nothing wrong. He didn't bring shame upon him and his family. The man just had a strong opinion about something. He wanted to learn about the history of our people. And before that, he said he didn't believe in the vaccine. It was against his religion. Kyrie Irving is Muslim. In the Muslim faith, they're against vaccines, just like the Jehovah's Witness. But they vilified this brother. They vilified him in the media. Vilified him. But John Morant gets a pass. John Morant gets empathy. Nike, Nike terminated their endorsement deal with Kyrie Irving for tweeting a link to a damn movie. But they still supporting John Morant, even though he brandished a gun on IG. And I'm a big proponent of the Second Amendment. I'm a big proponent of the Second Amendment. Big advocate for it. But when you on IG flashing it, that's a problem. That's an issue I have. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it to show off? To show you hard, you bought it? It's clown and buffoonish behavior. But John Morant hasn't been vilified for it. But Kyrie Irving was vilified for not taking the vaccine and for tweeting a link out to that movie, which I'm about to bring up now. Do y'all remember any of this? Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. Kyrie tweeted a link out to this movie. It's still on Amazon. You could get it on Amazon. You could get the book I think you could get the book and watch the movie on Amazon or stream it on, Amazon, what so have you. But you could buy the book on Amazon right now, which is interesting to me. Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. Kyrie tweeted a link to this movie on Twitter. And he was pretty much public enemy number one. All these bought and paid for handkerchief head, bootlick Sambo niggas, Sambo niggas, Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, Jalen Rose, Kendrick Perkins, Shaq, Kareem, has something negative to say about Kyrie Irving. They called him out his name. But John Morant gets a pass. Make it make sense. Nike's not terminating their endorsement deal with him. The owner of the Grizzlies is standing by him, which is the right thing to do, but he's not condemning him. Like Joe Tsai, whatever the hell his name is, did with Kyrie Irving. Why didn't they stand by him? I understand y'all disagree with him not getting the vaccine. Okay, that's y'all right and that's your prerogative. Y'all could disagree with that. I could understand y'all not agreeing with him tweeting a link out to the movie. I get it. Agree to disagree without being disagreeable. I said on here all the time. But to call this man out his name and to demonize him, to make him seem like he's public enemy number one, that's an issue I have. And for what? Because he has his own opinions and his own rights as an individual, as a human being, which is guaranteed under the Constitution. Y'all have a problem with it and y'all want to call this man out his name? And he didn't do anything wrong. But because it didn't agree with y'all white liberal agenda, y'all narrative, he was considered the devil himself. Do y'all remember any of this? The hell with y'all bootleg, handkerchief head, bought and paid for niggas. I haven't no respect for you. It's hard to watch ESPN these days. It's hard to watch just hard it's hard to stomach it these days because it's too many bootlicking, silly, goofy ass niggas up there on TV who make a living taking down another black man. Michael Wilbon, Jalen Rose, Stephen A. Smith is the main one. Kendrick Perkins, that country Bama ass nigga. Charles Barkley, another one. Shaq, Kareem. Shame on y'all. Malika Andrews. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all, Sambo ass niggas. Shame on y'all. So I'm gonna get into bear with me here. A plethora of incidents from Mr. John Morant over the last month and a half. So bear with me here. I'm gonna pull it up. Hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit that like button, excuse me, hit that like button, smash that like button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the new videos on here. Okay, let's pull this up right here. So maybe about a couple of weeks ago, John Morant, he was accused of beating up a 17-year-old boy. A 17-year-old boy. John Morant is accused of beating him up. This young boy was at his house playing basketball, a pickup basketball game. First of all, why the hell is a grown ass man playing pickup basketball with a 17-year-old at his home? That's disturbing right there, but whatever. Why? You're a grown man. It's not a basketball camp. It's not other 17-year-olds around. Why is he there? Did you know him personally? Do you know his family? Is he friends of the family? Or did he just you just randomly that's just disturbing right there for one. But I'll move on. But that should be a red flag. Um John Morant, who's also a star player, okay, he's been accused of beating up a 17-year-old boy and having a gun in his waistband. There we go with the gun, with brandishing the steel. 4 days before this incident, a security guard at a mall in Memphis accused Morant and filed a police report alleging that Morant threatened him and an associate of Morant shoved him. A security guard at a mall in Memphis filed a police report alleging that Morant threatened him and an associate or one of his homeboys pushed the man, pushed the security guard. Dude, why are you being a menace? You are a star NBA player. You are the face of the Memphis Grizzlies. You make them relevant. I can't respect the Memphis Grizzlies because they talk too damn much. Yes, they're young. They run their mouths too damn much. They want to be a bunch of Tupacs, but they're a bunch of Drakes. I'm gonna repeat that again. They think they are a bunch of Tupacs or want to be a bunch of Tupacs, but at the end of the day, they're a bunch of Drakes or Dwacks. That's what I call them. That's what I call Drake. Dwack. D-Whack. Drake. Dwack. That's what they are. They're a bunch of Dwacks. I'll move on. Um, on January 29th, a little over a month ago, this happened in Indianapolis. I think, no, I'm sorry. This happened in Memphis. They were playing the Indiana Pacers. This incident happened in Memphis. Acquaintances of Morant aggressively confronted members of the Indiana Pacers traveling party near the team's bus in the loading area of FedEx Forum. That's the arena where the Memphis Grizzlies play their home games. Later, someone in a slow moving SUV, which Morant was riding in, trained a red laser on them. Again, bruh, you a star player in the NBA. Be cognizant of the company that you keep. And then the whole thing with the mention that about brandishing the gun at the nightclub on IG Live. Plethora of incidents with this fake thug nigga, John Morant. Plethora of incidents. Was there any outrage from Stephen A. Smith, Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kareem? Did they call his brother out his name? Kendrick Perkins? Did they call his brother out his name? Or Malika Andrews? No, not a peep. No outrage. Did Nike break their endorsement deal with John Morant? No. Where's the fairness? I mentioned in my last video about selective outrage. This is a perfect example of selective outrage. You're outraged that Kyrie Irving refused to get the jab. You called him selfish, stupid, an idiot, yada yada, this and that, yada yada, so forth and so on. He tweeted out the link to the movie. You were outraged about that, called him names, yada yada. He's considered public enemy number one, but this fake ass thug has a plethora of incidents, and y'all don't say a damn thing about it. No rant, no outrage. Nike doesn't break their endorsement deal. That's a problem. If you're gonna show empathy for one, show empathy for the other. If you're gonna be outraged at one, be outraged for the other. Be more outraged about this than with Kyrie Irving. Because again, what Kyrie Irving did was not wrong. It was not wrong. It's like make it make sense, man. It and like I said a day yesterday, a black man who stands on the truth, who stands for the truth, and for his rights against something that he feels is unjust, is seen as a threat and as a menace, a, especially a threat to people who share his melanin. He's more of a threat. He's seen as more of a threat to them than he is to white people, and that's what I have a problem with. Other black people see a black man who's standing for truth, who's standing for his right. They see him as a threat. Other black people. This is why white supremacy, I feel that I guess it will be defeated at some point, but it's going to be god awful hard and difficult to do because we have too many niggas being the gatekeepers for it. Too many, too many. seen as a threat. But a goofy wannabe gangster who had a handful of incidents is getting advice, empathy, and support from those same people who share his melanin. Shame on the NBA, the Grizzlies, ESPN, and TNT. Shame on them. Shame on them. Shame on them. Because it's not right. It's unjust. And it's not even about, at this point, it's not even about what white people are doing. It's about what our own people, those who share this melanin, it's what they're doing to their own. That's what I have an issue with. White people gonna be white people. They're gonna do their thing. They've been doing it for centuries, for over 500 years. I mean, they deep in the game, deep in it, deep in it. So they're the OGs of this, but we have too many niggas who's taking it to a whole nother level. They're the 21st century white supremacists. These gatekeepers. Kyrie refused to get vaccinated. He was called out his name, called selfish. They wanted to kick this brother out the league. They went for his jugular. Kareem, Shaq, Charles Barkley, Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A. Smith, Jalen Rose, Michael Wilbon, Malika Andrews. Y'all disrespected this black man. Then, a year later, he tweets out a link to a movie, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. Y'all call him out his name again. He's anti Semitic. But this goofy wannabe thug ass nigga does this, and y'all don't have nothing to say about it. Oh, he's young. Y'all give him empathy and sympathy. And Jalen Rose made that dumbass statement about how he was young, how he was in drug raids. Yeah, okay, that's cute and all, but where's the accountability? That's good that you're showing them that, but it would have been nice if you'd have gave your fellow brother Kyrie Irving that same empathy. Where was it then, Jalen Rose, Stephen A. Smith? I can't deal with ESPN because it's getting like CNN and MSNBC and also Fox. Take your pick. It's not fair and balanced. And it's a sports network. It's the leading sports network on TV now. It's number one in the game, ESPN. But it's become too much like another branch of CNN, MSNBC. Because if you go something against their narrative, they want to call you names. They want to vilify you as being the devil himself. And I'm just sick of it. And many of y'all are too. Enough is enough. Kendrick Perkins up there can't talk. Can't he? You ever heard this Negro speak? Kendrick Perkins, the Golden State Warriors. We y'all carry on. Draymond Green ain't cute. Draymond Green, Draymond Green. He sound like Foghorn Leghorn with a speech impediment. I'll say, son. I'll say, son. Y'all remember Foghorn Leghorn from the Looney Tunes cartoons? The rooster. I'll say, son. I'll say that, son. That's who Kendrick Perkins sound like. No disrespect no disrespect against black people from Texas. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Some great people, some great brothers and sisters from Texas. I have family down there. But this Negro here, man, I mean, come on. The Golden State Warriors, you carry on. Oh, LeBron James. It's like, dude. And then what the hell does he be wearing? He looked like a country pastor. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the Samboism. I'm tired of it. I used to love watching TNT. I can't watch it now. The only one I respect up there is Kenny Smith. The only one I respect at ESPN is Jay Williams, the great Duke legend. I wish Kenny Smith and JWill would do a show because those seem like they really be one brothers. I wish Kenny Smith and JWill would do a show together. I really do. They're the ones that have sense at those networks. They're the ones that speak truth. They're not biased. They're not caught up in their emotions. They speak the truth. Barkley does sometimes, but on a lot of occasions he don't because he's on that liberal Samboism BS too. But Kenny, he calls a strike, a ball. He right down the middle with it. Same with brother JWill. I respect them brothers. They're the only ones I respect on when it comes to sports platforms. Them two. Why isn't John Morant receiving the same backlash that Kyrie Irving did? Or why didn't Kyrie Irving receive empathy and support that John Morant is getting? Make it make sense. You got to balance it out. You got to be fair about this. And that's the problem I have because it's our own who are trying to stick a knife in our backs, who are trying to go for the jugular. Again, like I said, white people gonna be white people. They've been doing it for 500 years. But why continue the legacy? Why are these niggas continuing the legacy and taking it to a whole nother level? Because they could just sit back and just say, hey, we're not doing it. It's y'all. You're doing it to your own people. And they're right. Stephen A. Smith, Shaq, Barkley, Charles Barkley, Kareem, Kendrick Perkins, Malika Andrews, Michael Wilbon, they may as well join the Ku Klux Klan. Why not? Because you sit up here besmirching the names of black athletes or ones that don't agree with your narrative or that or with that mouse y'all work for because that's who your boss is. Your boss, ESPN is your boss, but your ultimate boss, who you work for, who ESPN answers to, is Mickey Mouse because Disney owns ESPN. So Disney pretty much owns the NBA. That mouse, Mickey Rat, that not mouse, that rat, Mickey Rat owns ESPN. He owns ABC. He has his hands. He owns Star Wars, the Star Wars franchise. He owns the Marvel Cinematic Universe franchise, and he has it. He has his paws in the NBA. Am I right or am I absolutely right? Where did the NBA hold their playoffs or the last 8 games of the season and the playoffs? What did they hold them at? At Disney World in Orlando. That's where the bubble was at in Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Do y'all remember that? Disney got paid off of that. Paid. Paid. I got paid off of it because I own stock in Disney. They had Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Star Wars franchise, Lucasfilms, because George Lucas sold the rights to Lucasfilms and the Star Wars franchise to Disney, which I wish he hadn't done. Stan Lee died, and so Disney acquired Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I wish they hadn't, because they've been putting their agenda into this. Now keep it now. Pay attention to this. This was during 2020. We couldn't go anywhere. We couldn't go to the movies. The NBA has the bubble. They knew we had to stay home. Everything was streaming. This is when all these Marvel Cinematic movies and shows were coming out. Star Wars, Lucasfilms were producing shows. 2020, we couldn't go anywhere. We were stuck at home. We were told, you go outside, you're going to get COVID. Y'all remember that? We couldn't go no damn where. So we were stuck at home. So the NBA bubble, that's all you could really watch was Disney movies and shows and Lucasfilm, Star Wars movies and shows and NBA games. I hated the bubble. I thought it was stupid. I wish the NBA would have canceled the season, but they didn't. What they should have just kept the season going like it was, but this bubble thing was stupid. It was dumb. I hate the play-in tournament. I hate it. It's dumb. It's stupid. 7 to 10. What happened to the 8 teams? This bubble, this end game, this tournament mess is garbage. It's the dumbest. Oh my God. That's another video for another day. I know I'm going off topic here, but Disney got paid. They got paid off of the NBA. But the point I'm making is that, and I know I went off, I got off subject, but when I get a thought, I just run with it. So bear with me. The point I'm making is that Michael Wilbon, Jalen Rose, Stephen A. Smith, and Malika Andrews, Kendrick Perkins, all these bootleg Sambo ass niggas, they are preaching the Disney agenda. That's why what Kyrie was doing was going against Disney's agenda, because Disney were requiring their employees to get jabbed. They were requiring them to get vaccinated or else. From the theme parks to ESPN to the ABC affiliations around the country, Disney was requiring their actresses in their movies and shows to get vaccinated. Anyone who went against the grain was considered public enemy number one. The young lady that was in Mandalorian, I can't think of her name right offhand. She got fired from the show not because she wasn't vaccinated, but because she's a conservative and she's a Trump supporter. So they 86'd her from the show. That's how these people are. Totalitarianism at its best. I can't believe I said that word just right off. Totalitarianism. There we go. At its best. So anyone who goes against Disney's narrative, again, they consider public enemy number one. And Kyrie Irving, this young lady that was on The Mandalorian, who they 86'd, they just, that's it. That's all she wrote. So Stephen A., like I said, these bought and paid for niggas, Michael Wilbon, Jalen Rose, Malika Andrews, Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A. Smith, they got to preach that Disney's narrative, or else they will be 86'd. So they tell them, hey, look here, niggas. Look at you niggers. You speak out against this nigger here. He's a threat. That's why they go on TV acting like they Moses, who when he came from Mount Sinai, when he received the 10 Commandments from God, and he came from Mount Sinai, and he started judging the Israelites. That's what they act like. That God Himself came down, that God Himself came from heaven, gave them the 10 Commandments. They were on Mount Sinai, and they came down, and now they're condemning anyone who don't agree with them or their boss's narrative. And I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous because it's why do this? Well, I know why you're doing it, but in the end, you're just making yourselves look like fools. But y'all don't see it. But you will. God is not mocked. God is not mocked. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the new videos on here. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Share this video. Share it, share it, share it. Get it out there on, make it go viral on social media. Let's start the conversation. And like I always say, we don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Please, 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 let's do that, y'all. Especially on topics such as this. But share this video, hit that like button, smash it down, and hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna hop off of here. I think Disney might sell the remaining stock in who? Yeah, I think I've been hearing about that. They probably will. I mean, they making money hand over fist. Buy stock in Disney. Buy stock in Disney. You will not go wrong. Trust me. Buy stock in Disney, y'all. In any event, I'm gonna hop off of here. I think I made my point well known, made it known. So on that note, y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Brothers as well as sisters, take care of yourselves. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Beware and be aware of your surroundings. Be cognizant of where you're at. Whether you're going to work, running errands, whatever you may be doing, please, 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 beware and be aware. I love y'all. I love you dearly. Thank you for your love and support. I can't do this without y'all. Please, please support this YouTube channel. Please support my podcast channel. Please. Like I said, I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I've come a long way, but I still got a long way to go. So thank you for your support and for bearing with your brother. Please tell others to join. Please tell others to subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time, y'all take care. I love you. God bless and take care. Peace and blessings.